Where am I now? Oh, I can't open the map. So this is obviously the big special area where I've got to do something. Right. Okay, so if this is going to go the same way as every other kind of one of these I've done, I'm in for a very stressful 5 to 20 minutes. And then I'm going to be able to breathe. So everybody, strap in. The element of warmth is within our grasp. With the elements restored, we could undo the effects of her wrath. Oh. Good start. Okay, so I'm not avoiding the volcano. I have to keep moving. Because the bird's trying to kill me. Alright. I can react quickly. I got this. No! 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 Fuck's sake. Oh no. I'm not really sure what I'm trying to do. Not get eaten. Oh, can I survive this? No, I cannot. The music doesn't feel intense enough for this bit so far. I'm dead already. Maybe it's it might be because I got it too quiet. It does sound intense, it's just not very loud. Alright, going well. And then we grab onto this, dash across, hover, use the projectile to get some airtime. Get over here. Dash across. Don't die to these. Can I get over these? No, so I need to be... Alright, let's just glide carefully. Am I saving the water? Oh. Can I save over here? No. So I'm not done yet. I do have the ability to breathe underwater indefinitely, so that's nice for me. Am I safe here? No. Oh, I'm flying upwards! Brad, pay attention! I'm just... It's honestly not that difficult. You're just being a moron now. Right. Jump. Glide. The rocks fall. The rocks fall. Jump onto the second one. Jump up to the high ground. Jump across the gap. Slam the floor. Okay. Wait for the fire to stop. Ride all three up. You are free. Grab the wall. Grab the wall. Dash across. Use the projectiles to get over here. Perfect. And now carefully glide into the water. Perfect. Right. Bit slower, Brad. I think I'm going slightly too fast sometimes. Okay, take a look. So this is a flying area. So avoid the fire. I need to get into the right-hand side. Okay, I've now learned. I got caught on the side. That's fine. Try again. This bird really isn't happy, is it? I know it's a mother that lost its kids, but... Take a breather. Ironically, I'm underwater. Alright, now this is the flying area. So avoid the rocks. Get in here. I think I'm safe, right? Yes. So I'm safe behind cover. I also still can't save it. But I'm not going to die here, so I'm going to take it. No, wait! There's fire! What? No! Game? Fuck you. Lesson learned. You cannot take a break at any point during this section. Just hit them all then. Just hit them all. Right, come on. This is the one. I can feel it. No! Don't you stop! I'm not tilting. You're tilting. Give me another one! Come on! I suppose I could have jumped onto the wall on the left and then climbed up and jumped across. I was looking for a thing to come off of. Remember when this game was just running around happily and enjoying the scenery and collecting fun little glowy collectibles? Yay! You left them to burn! Thought she'd vanquished my light. Ori, get the fuck up! Is Naru gonna turn up? The spirit tree. So close. He's our only hope left. I really wanted to wander left then, but no, I'm not. The spirit tree's near. There's one more step to take. The forest of Nibel will live once again. Whee! Oh no. Bird food now. Oh, this is me. Do I not have like dashes and double jumps and stuff? We're useless at you. Or is it going to be a child sharing moment? This is my child. If you hurt it, you are doing what they did to you, to me. Ah, emotions, sadness, joy. So I know it's an emotional moment, but I'm still just... The beast's eyes softened. it was reminded of when its own younglings perished. And it realized what it had become. And what it had forgotten. Well, shit. Oh, are you going to restore it now? Are you the hero? What's the bird called? Kuro. Kuro on the Blind Forest. Wait, did you just get obliterated? At the end of The Lion King. You don't get to be all calming now after that game. So is the baby bird just growing up without a parent? Or are you going to look after it? There we go, okay. Funny if it wasn't even a bird. Just like a raptor. Complete the game. That was the ending? So what's the whole section of the below for that I left specifically because I thought that was going to be a I thought that was going to be the last area. After we'd done the volcano, we would have had something else to do. So I could have done that area anytime. And I could have got all of those unlockables and whatever that extra ability was. Anytime. But yeah, this was Ori and the Blind Forest. You know what? I do not regret playing it. It's a very beautiful game. Very fun. Lots of stuff to do. My only complaint is with the controls, but I think that's more an issue of me specifically playing it on mouse and keyboard, and I would imagine it might have been designed for a controller. It does feel like one of those games that would have benefited from using a controller, and I've said that so many times, I should have just plugged a controller in. Really. But overall, good. Decent. So I know there's a sequel, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, I think it's called. But as I've said before, I don't tend to play the same series twice in a row, because my whole streaming malarkey is to make my way through my library of games. And I like to jump back and forth. So at some point I will probably come back to the sequel. I enjoy this enough to do it. And I'm interested to see how they're going to improve the formula. But yeah, it was good. I definitely think it was definitely a good idea for me to wander around and collect everything. Because I would have had so much more trouble if I did not have so much health in that final section. And as someone in chat's just pointed out, I did start this game in 2022. So I finally finished a game that's nearly taken me 2 years. Obviously, I didn't play it for 2 years. I started it and then just didn't pick it back up. So it's done. I can sign this one off as completed. Another one on my list that is now finished. I also just realised that my microphone is not as close to my mouth as it usually is, which means all my words might be cut off by my noise suppression, but okay, we'll see how it is. Yeah, so as I do, I always leave the credits on for like the recording for YouTube and stuff and talk over them, because I think it's important to acknowledge the people who put the time and effort into the game. Obviously, I don't know how long the credits are going to go on for, so if I'm going to try and talk through all of them, I've got to find new things to talk about. Music was nice. Maybe I should have had the music up louder and the sound effects down lower. I think the music was something that I didn't really think too much about or acknowledge throughout the whole thing, but the music is... I mean, you can hear it now. It's very nice. It's nice music. What else? What else can I talk about? They found a lot of ways to make it feel fresh. Like, those 3 sections I went through, the water, the wind, and the fire sections, all felt like I was using different mechanics. The bash thing was probably a little bit overused. I felt like... Maybe that was just me, maybe there's other ways to do it, but the moment I got that ability, a lot of the puzzles were based on using that thing. And I guess that's not necessarily bad, but I just think that was far too common. It was using the one where you have to dash through objects. I also think it's really funny that I don't know if anybody caught when I originally played this, but it took me a long time to realise that if you hold down the button, you can redirect the angle. I thought you had to just get it perfect each time. Moon Studios would like to thank all the fans of Ori and the Blind Forest for their continued heartfelt support. So this is the Ultimate, or whatever it is, edition. Unlimited, whatever it's called, the special one. So obviously they probably added that message for the long-time fans. Isn't that cute? Definitive edition, that's what it's called. Let's move myself to my big screen. Good ending. Yeah, it was a nice ending. A bit predictable, to be honest. If they've set up this... It's one about, like, you know, nature and spirits and stuff, and they've set up this antagonist that had children and was sad and had one kid. You could have guessed it was going to sacrifice itself to save its child. I mean, it was very dramatic when it went and flew into its thing and dissolved, but I just put my camera down a little bit. I just realised that I didn't check my death count before the game ended. So, editing, Brad, I know it's going to be stressful, and I know it's going to be shit, but go through, please, and count the number of deaths and put a big total on at the end, just so we can all see, because I died a lot in that last section. So yeah, do that for everybody watching. I think everybody will be happy with that. Which area did you leave? So the bit that I didn't do was, it was called something Burrows, and it was at the bottom. And I saw that and assumed it was an area that because the problem was, I wanted to make sure that I showed all of the new areas that I went into on stream, but I was playing it offline to unlock stuff in the place I'd already been. So I didn't want to go to those... I didn't want to go to a place that I'd not been in case it was part of the story, which is why I never went there. There's another unlockable ability, which is the one I've not got. And I'm guessing that's down there, because the one of those little obelisk things that gives you the powers, that was down there. So I'm guessing that's what I missed. So I can go back in. There's a completionist part of me that kind of wants to get everything, because that tends to be what I do in games. Like, at least games that I've been playing through and I've enjoyed that have got collectibles, I like to collect everything. So that little part of me is like, I want to collect everything. But I have just finished the story. You appear at the door before the final escape from Kuro. Okay. In that case, I'm probably not that bothered. I don't like to say that because there's some place I've not explored. But the fact that the game doesn't have like a new game plus thing where you... Or not a new game, like a continue, where you can just go back in and collect things at your leisure. The fact that basically, right, the way that I'm thinking about it is, the game is saying to me, there's no point. Because it's not, the game isn't done, and it's saying you can go back in. Like, pick a game like Spider-Man. If you finish the storyline, you still just go in and are allowed to finish things. Because in the developers' minds... continuing after the end is part of the game. Whereas in this situation, the people who've made it are clearly only giving you extra abilities, extra health, extra energy to facilitate the completion of the game. And if you completed the game, in their minds, you've done it. Which is why there's no option to go in after the completion, if that makes sense. That's how it comes across to me. I mean, I'm happy with that. I completed it. I wasn't expecting to complete it today. I thought that I was going to have one more bit after this, where I had to go into the deep burrows and do something. But no, it looks like that's the end. So yeah, that was Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition. I'm not sure of all the differences between the original and definitive. I have had somebody say in chat that you don't have the sideways dash ability in the original. They added that in as an upgrade in the definitive. So maybe I'll look up and just see out of curiosity. Maybe I'll do that before I play the second one. I'm happy with that. It's not the one I'm going to go back and play again, I don't think. Considering this a sequel, I don't think I'm going to go back and play it again. I'd rather play the new one, just so I can experience the continuation of the story. I think, so my brother was the one who recommended this to me initially, and I think he told me that the second one isn't as good, but I don't know if I'm misremembering that. I will obviously still play it, it just won't be the next game I play. But if you watch this on YouTube, comment below for what your favourite bit was that I got annoyed. I don't fucking know. Yeah, do the like, comment, subscribe thing, and yeah, come and join me on Twitch, because Twitch is fun. People get to shout at me in the comments and have a go and make fun. Hey everyone, so it's Brad here from a couple of days after the bit you've just watched, the end of the game. And the reason I'm here is because I did end up going back to it. After I'd finished, I was thinking on it after my stream, and I realised that, honestly, I really love the game. It was a really nice game, it was really pretty, and I wasn't that far off finishing it, but it also didn't feel right that there was an entire area that I didn't explore. So I decided that offline, I would just go in, I would do the area, I would look around the entire map, collect everything I need to collect, and then I can say I have 100% of the game. So this little bit that you're watching now is just a quick summary of what I found in the new area, which was called the Lost Grove, and also a summary of everything I did before I stopped playing. Here we go. So the Lost Grove was an area that you access by using the Ground Slam ability, so you can't actually get to it until you get that ability, and that's obviously around the time you're probably supposed to go there. It did have some very interesting and unique areas. Obviously some of that's going to be playing in the background now as I'm talking. One of these things was this weird rotating laser that was very reminiscent of those fire beams in the Mount Horu volcano section. There was also an area that seemed very reminiscent of almost like a pirate cove. I think it's the colour scheme, it's not really the design, but it was like a very outdoorsy area. Considering this is the Lost Grove, it was an area that looked like an outdoor beach area. But that was quite interesting as well, and there was a secret in this area that I thought was really cool, where you had to find a secret tunnel underwater and then swim all the way under the map. That was very interesting. It took me a while to find that. So the purpose of this area is to learn a little bit more about Naru's past. Naru, I think, is the name of the big fluffy thing. I think that's what it's called. I don't know, I keep forgetting the names in this, but I think the big fluffy thing that mothered you is called Naru. And this area was to find out about Naru's past and the past of the people that they come from. I don't know. But yeah, so here are the two cutscenes. The first one happens when you walk in one of the upper areas. And then the second cutscene is right at the end of this section, before you find the waypoint teleport-y thing, whatever they're called, the things that allow you to teleport around the map. So the big find of this area was the last ability I didn't have. And this was something called Light Burst, which was essentially the ability to throw a ball of light. And this ball of light would roll around, bounce off surfaces, and then it would explode and deal damage. But the reason why this is so important and integral to getting 100% in the game is because you need this ability to light these various lanterns around the map, and those lanterns will open doors or activate things. And I called this pretty early on when I kept seeing these suspicious lanterns next to closed doors I couldn't access. So with this new ability, I was now able to go back through and access all of the different areas that I wasn't able to get to before. So this was where I did a full tour of the map, and I tried to find every single thing you could find on the map. So I found all of the health upgrades. I managed to get my health to, I think 15 is the max health. And I think the same is for the energy, which I also did. I found every single energy upgrade as well. I also found all of the skill point upgrades you can get, and with all of those, I managed to unlock every single unlockable. So I got all the way through to the top of all 3 trees. I know now, triple jump would have been very useful. It was so easy to retraverse the map when you have triple jump on your side. It was in one of the little side wings of Mount Horu that I got the last of those little glowy yellow experience upgrade things, and found the last of the secrets in the game, which meant that I had now 100%ed every area. I did find it a little annoying that one of the ways that you 100% this game is by uncovering every area of the map. So every single little bit of the map that is unlit when you've got all of the map shards in, you have to go into that area to essentially light it up. And there were some areas where I had 99% for ages, and I was just running around aimlessly looking for a corner that I hadn't moved into, so that it then updated to say 100%. Anyway, after uncovering the entire map and finding every secret and getting every unlockable, I had one last point to prove. So, I went back through the final chase, and, well, I did it first time. Here's that run. So here they are, the stats of my entire playthrough. As you can see, my death count at the end of the game is 391, or 411 if you want to count the 20 times I died the first run I did of that end chase scene. So in my eyes, that's the game fully completed. Obviously, there's a bunch of achievements I could get. I think I'm looking at the screen now and I've got 12 achievements I could get. But some of them are things like do the entire game without dying, or do it on the hardest difficulty, or do it without using this thing or that thing. And when there's achievements like that and I don't intend to do them, I don't see the point in doing the rest. Because all I'm going to do is get a few... unless I'm going for 100%, why bother? I've done the game, I've completed it, and I've done what the game says is 100%. So I am completely satisfied that Ori and the Blind Forest I have now finished. I am looking forward to doing the second one, but obviously, as I've said in the previous bit when I was talking, that'll likely not be for a while. But I'm glad I went back, and I'm glad I took the time to actually like properly finish the game. It was a really nice game, and playing it offline is definitely a different experience to playing it online. I've said this multiple times during my playthrough. The whole time I was playing offline, I would just, everything was a lot easier because I wasn't having to talk and communicate and think and speak to other people as I was doing it. And like, I think I proved that by getting through that end section, that like final chase, without dying. I mean, I know I'd had the experience to know what I was coming up across, but I had that during my actual playthrough after having died about 15 times, and I was still dying on repeat and failing at those parts. As you can see, 100% completed. 11 hours and 14 minutes that game took me. Obviously, you also have to take into account that some of that time is me paused, because I did pause a lot and talk to chat. I don't know if the timer pauses when I pause, but there were times when I would just have the map open and I'd be talking to chat. So it probably is a little bit less than that, but 11 hours I guess isn't bad to 100% the game, considering that there was a big chunk twice that I went in offline and just wandered around. So I'm happy with that. Aside from Visage, this I think is the last game that I needed to finish. So I started the playthroughs and then I never finished the playthroughs. The other one is Canarium, but I intentionally stopped playing that one. So I think I'm ready to move on to some new games. So I've got that to look forward to as well. Anyway, if you watch this bit through, the bit where I'm talking afterwards, thank you for watching. This is obviously, I'm recording this offline, this isn't on stream. So if you watch on YouTube, I know I keep telling you to go over to Twitch, but I do appreciate it on YouTube. So I guess if you have watched this, throw a comment on, let me know you watch it. And I'm so bad at ending. Brad, just cut to the end slide.